That under present law, you can deduct $1,500 by setting aside the $1,500 into a retirement account and taking a tax deduction for it. In 1982, the amount becomes $2,000. Not a very significant increase, but at least something. Also, we have child care expenses, which have been increased for those people who have an income of under $30,000. They can take some substantial credits for people who take care of their children while they're off working. The other thing that I'm sure everybody is familiar with is the tax-free interest accounts where you can get up to $2,000 tax-free. I want to say one thing, though. I think some of the advertising that's been on television may be a little bit misleading with respect to that. One of the things they say is come on down and open up an account and get 18%. The problem is comes October 1st, when those interest becomes tax-free, the rate will probably be around 11%. And in order to get $2,000 for a married couple, you're going to have to put away $20,000 into the account. So it may be a little misleading. It's probably a very good idea for people in high tax brackets, not very good for people in low tax brackets. The other thing the government did is they reduced the penalty for being married, which means that in 1982 you could possibly get up to $1,500 tax-free adjustment if you're a married couple and you're both working. And in 1983 you could possibly get up to $3,000 reduction in your income for tax purposes.
Okay, Harvey, before we go on to the other categories, and we'll get right back to that chart in just a little bit.
Okay.
Can you address just the average American that's watching right now, if they were to ask you, what very basically is it going to do for me? Very basically.
The first thing it's going to do is, without a doubt, cut the taxes
Got it.
by rate reductions. Okay?
All right.
The other things are you have to take advantage of the laws. The problem is that nobody wants to pay tax. I haven't met a man yet that wants to pay tax, and everybody wants to get it to zero, and you can't.
Which brings me to what I really wanted to ask. What are some of those loopholes? What are some of those tips?
You're looking at them right there, all developed by the government themselves. That's some of them, certainly. But the big loopholes that everybody hears about, the rich getting involved in, they don't exist any longer. And if they do, you can rest assured they're going to blow the money down the tubes.
All right. Is it worth then looking at the next three areas? All right. Let's go back to our chart.
The other area that we're talking about is sale of capital assets. If an individual has purchased, let's say, a stock for their investment purposes, and they've held a stock for a year, they now have a maximum tax of 20% on the sale of that stock. In the past, it was 28%. If an individual has a small business, he's now able to put away up to $15,000 for his retirement. In the past, it was $7,500. That goes into effect in 1982. But those are loopholes or tax shelters, whatever you want to call them, that the government is giving people in order to increase savings and in order to have